WNYWaterCooler.com.
WNYWaterCooler.com.
Watch the news for 5 minutes, Steve, and then tell me that your life is awful. You're a clown, Steve. I'm tired of the clown show. Tired of it. You've got a playoff team. You got a team that's won 3 in a row, and you're miserable because you love being miserable because that's what you're about. You're a clown, Steve. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of you wasting our time on the air with your clown shoe garbage. Tired of it. Get a life. Watch CNN. You're a clown. Get a life, Steve. Don't bother my life. Lose the number. You're banned. You're not allowed to call anymore. I'm done with him. Done with him. I'm going away. You want to put him on the air? You want to be a clown? Be my guest. Steve is banned. Life is too short, too important to waste time on this filthy human piece of garbage. If Steve's on, I'm leaving.
Welcome back. Welcome freaking back. WNYWaterCooler.com podcast. We survived these technical difficulties with my computer that's from the 80s. I'm Steve, and we got Coasty Coast.
What's up, Janice?
Oh, man. Top 10 day at the stadium last week.
Yeah, I heard it was loud, and I heard the crowd was on it.
Oh, it was genuinely fun. It was genuinely fun.
Didn't really impact the first 2 drives very much, but
I was ready to strap in. That was we could go toe to toe with these scrubs. I didn't think that. I mean, the first 2 drives they had tip balls that they caught.
Yes,
and we just went down methodically, boom, 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 boom.
Yep, they had turnover-worthy plays. They had 4 before we finally got one. 4 or 5. And you're right, their first drive could have easily been an interception. They had a double tip. And, of course, it was caught.
Yeah, double tip caught.
Yeah. But I felt oddly, calm the entire game. I felt like I just knew we were going to win. I mean, we both predicted a win, and the offense – with how easy they scored, and even though Miami scored on their first 2 drives, I just felt like our defense was very close to making a play, and eventually obviously did, and shut them down completely.
I mean, the first 2-3 weeks of the season were just I mean, that's how I was reading back some stuff. That's how the Dolphins always are. They come out hot as hell, and then they're the love of the league. I mean, every year. I mean, we'll see. The Dolphins still. I mean, that defense against us, they basically never stop us, do they? I don't remember the last time they really stopped us.
They've been bad all season. I mean, they got lit up by the Chargers. Obviously, the Denver game was, but their defense hasn't been good. And everyone is, they'll be a different team when they get Jalen Ramsey back. I don't know, man. I mean, he's not young anymore, and he's coming off injury. I don't think he's going to change the entire outlook of that defense. So they might have issues there. I mean, Bradley Chubb, that trade is an absolute abomination.
And they paid him too right after. And
yeah.
I mean, they didn't have, to be fair, they didn't have Jalen Phillips or whatever the hell his name is, but.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, we didn't have Von Miller, but.
Yeah, we didn't have Von Miller or Poyer, White got hurt later in the game, but.
Yeah, Trey White
got
hurt late. But yeah, I mean, we had our backup safety in. People love Poyer, I guess. But
we talked about it last week that, it's easy to say and everyone says it, but if you can get Tua just to have to look to his second guy, I mean, you could tell,
yeah, he's clearly a first read person. He's throwing to that tight end, Smythe dude, and it just seemed like it was a myth. The whole drive, he's floats it up to him, and yeah, he got schemed completely wide open. No one was by him, and he got 20, 30, 40 yards, whatever it was, on one of the first 2 drives. And it's that's not going to be open the whole game. That's going to happen 1 or 2 drives.
Yeah, and Bernard is He's a player, man. I mean, so far at least through these 4 games, the Hyde interception, Bernard like read it and he got back there and made Tua like throw the ball like over him and it went right to Hyde. And guy just seems to be making plays. And Milano, I mean, that dude might be one of the best players and defensive players in the league. The way
I was
he's
saying
playing
last
right
night
now.
at the bar I might get a jersey, but I couldn't find it. I don't really like the Bills jersey, so I didn't know what. I don't know. The all blue is too blue, and the white is just going to get stained, and red is too fake. I don't know, but Milano's just a straight up. The guy's a player. He's truly like a great player.
Yeah, he is, and our D line's been just balling. Oliver was all over the place last game. We're just getting, I guess a lot of the similar guys, but just the way we're getting pressure.
It seems like we sort of exposed how to stop them. It seems like maybe we exposed how to stop them, but also like not a lot of teams can do that. So I mean, we don't have like that. Our personnel is good, really good, but it's not like. I mean, all you drop some of these DNs back or some of the edge guys and jump in these passing lanes because he does these quick ins and outs like.
Well, I think we know Tua and McDermott. I mean, as a play caller, he might be one of the best in the league. Honestly, I mean, he was when he was a DC coordinator. And a lot of our guys have played together for a long time. So
yeah, there is a lot of continuity.
Many, helps with communication and all that stuff. But yeah, but I mean, Tua, he just doesn't strike me as the type of guy that is going to be able to improvise and, like we talked about it last week, like the offense seems like sort of gimmicky and they're peaking in September. And that's once they're figured out, I think they're going to be good all season, but they've played their best football already, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be interested. They haven't played the Jets yet, right? I mean, I'll be interested to see how they play against the Jets defense, but yeah, I mean the Dolphins, they'll be a good team all year. I mean, Tyreek Hill he's one of the best players in the league, and they still have good weapons. I mean, the offensive line though, they put Armstead on IR. He's out at least 4 weeks. I mean, they have really good running backs, but
they're fat. They're fast. But I mean, Mostert, he can't stay healthy or hold on to the ball. This Achane dude, he's lighting it up right now, but he's not more than 100. I don't even know if he's 200 pounds. They got Jeff Wilson coming back and that Ahmed guy. So they got a bunch of guys, but I don't know.
And then they trade for, I mean, I said, trade for Claypool, but he's not going to do anything for them. I don't see how he's going to get on the field for them. And Claypool, yeah. He's his third team. What receiver gets traded on their rookie contract and is ever anything? It seems like they almost always are nothing. Like Rieger, I mean, there's a bunch of players, a bunch of young receivers. If they get traded, like Kadarius Toney, these guys, they don't do anything on their new teams, almost ever.
The Claypool trade is a non-story. It's meaningless. I wouldn't be surprised if he's inactive. He's just inconsequential. The fact that I don't know what the trade was, pick swap or something. The fact that they gave up a sixth
and got a seventh back. But yeah, he has some really interesting, embarrassing stats. 0-10 with the Bears. They get rid of him, and then Fields has his 2 best passing days, or 2 of his top 4 passing days right away when they get rid of him. You tell a player to not show up, literally it's not come to don't come to the stadium. That's not good. To tell him to not come to the stadium, what is he doing? You can't even come to the stadium. But yeah, it's probably a non-issue. I mean, that Achane guy, that guy's a stud, but they got a lot of their rushing. Didn't they get a lot of their rushing stats when the game was over? Or am I?
Yeah, we were up big, and Achane had a 50-yard run or something.
Yeah, he had a couple. Because they keep saying now, they're like, oh, the Bills. I mean, a lot of people are saying, oh, the Bills have the most yards per carry allowed. Well,
Yeah.
okay. I mean, yeah, Hall broke one, and we have some of these like long runs when the game's over. I mean, we've won. The Bills have won by 20 plus points the last 3 weeks, right? I mean,
28 plus.
like
28,
I don't.
34, and 28.
Other than the Brees Hall having a few good runs that really were consequential, I think the Bills' defense against the run has been stout. I mean, I don't really remember being concerned about it other than Brees Hall and maybe the Dolphins had a run or two, but
No, our run D's been good. We have given up big plays, but like you said, the Achane one came in the second half. Brian Robinson ended up with a pretty good day running, but the game was over. I think we just didn't care that they were running.
yeah.
So, but I feel like, when it's mattered, I don't feel like we've been getting run on at all. So I think those stats could be a little deceiving, but I do still feel like we're susceptible to big plays.
Yeah.
Especially just because we're so small. Like, I don't know. Our back seven is just, our backers are size of safeties. It is like monsooning out. I'm just getting absolutely drenched right now. Can you hear the rain? Holy shit.
Yeah, it's not raining in my house. I mean, I don't live in Lakeview or whatever, but well, it's raining. Yeah. Well, bring an umbrella. So Moses, to our new opponent here, the London Jags. They've been running the ball a lot actually, but I don't know. This team, Jacksonville, they're a mystery to me.
I hate this team. Just absolutely hate them. Between the 2 playoff losses we've had versus them, that 9-6 game, I feel like we have a checkered history against the Jags. I look back, I think we're 9-9 against them all time, but
yeah, I think
there's some memorable losses in there.
Yeah, Ernest Wilford, was that his name? Yeah,
I'm talking about just some
that
Jaguars
was truly
nightmares just burned in my retinas.
04, yeah, that 04 loss,
04 opener.
week 1. That one, I still toss and turn over that one.
4th and 14. 4th and 14. Leftwich throws the bomb to
I don't know if it was
Smith.
Yeah, I don't know if it was worse that Nate Clemens said he would do it again, or
was it Leftwich?
I don't know.
It couldn't have been Brunel still. Maybe.
No, it wasn't Brunel. It was Leftwich or Gerard or Gerard.
Oh,
yeah, the playoff loss was pathetic.
9-6.
2. Yeah, well, the one in 97. Yeah, 6. That was
97, January 97.
Yeah, 97. That was
or 96 season.
That one left me sick. Yeah.
That was our first ever time playing them, I think, and I think that was the first time we ever lost a home game, playoff game.
Yeah, that was the first time we ever played them. I heard that. Yeah. You muted yourself, but yeah. So, and we've played it. Well, obviously we played them in London. They always are in London, but the London game. I mean, that one.
The London game.
2015.
Oh my God, there's even more. Yeah.
That was
a nightmare. There was a sketchy pass interference call in that game.
Oh, big time. Yeah, we spotted them. We were down 27-3 at half or 24-3. Yeah, they scored 2 defensive touchdowns within 7 seconds. EJ Manuel, that was a banner. That was the weirdest game. And that was a 9:30 a.m. start too.
Yeah, that was brutal. When was that? 2015?
2015, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
pick 6 and a fumble TD.
I don't think I went to work that whole week after that one.
That was miserable.
I decided to stay inside for a week. Incredible.
I'm sure I did.
Marcus Easley had a long touchdown catch.
To take the lead.
Yeah, we had a pick 6 touchdown too.
Yep.
That was a rough one. Yeah, the PI I could just see it on the left side.
Jabari Greer, maybe.
But
it was a
Nicole Roby Coleman, maybe.
Oh yeah, Nicole Roby Coleman. Oh yeah, Greer. That was Nicole, that sounds right. But it was BS, I remember. Blake Bortles, oh my God, what a nightmare that game was.
Blakey, yeah. So Jacksonville this year, well, all-time Jacksonville, what do you think their record in London is? 10 games. I actually have stats. I mean, I did all this stuff Wednesday when I thought we were doing the podcast instead of Friday, but so I got to read.
Could have done it all the last hour waiting for your computer to boot up. Jesus Christ.
Well, if anyone wants to Venmo me $5, Steve-Janice, send me money. I got to buy a new laptop. We have like 6 loyal listeners, and they always say, "Oh yeah, we love you." Well, throw me $5, motherfuckers. So Jacksonville, maybe we have like 9 listeners. I don't know.
10 games?
Yeah, 10. It's a round number for you.
I honestly have
5
no
and
idea.
5.
I'm gonna
Holy
say 3. I was gonna say that, but I thought it was too obvious, so I don't know. Yeah, 5 makes sense.
All right, so they're 2-2 this year. What's their point differential? I mean, I don't want to quiz you on all this stuff, but their point differential.
No, this one I could. It's probably like even, maybe plus or minus 2. I would say.
That's why we have you on here, Michael, because you're a smart guy. I mean, in society, you're almost worthless, but you are a smart person. So -2. They have a -2 point differential. They're 1-1 in the division. They beat Indy 31-21, but they lost to Houston, which I actually it makes me sick to say it, but I kind of want to watch Houston play a football game. Yeah, they lost 37-17 to Houston. I mean, CJ Stroud, I mean, we all watched him in the CFP. I mean, he put up tons of stats. He kind of has like he has a weird release, but I mean, they're playing pretty well. Their coach is kind of like a little more, he's like McDermott, I think. I like their coach a little bit.
Yeah, I like their coach a lot too. But
I don't know. I don't know who their
I don't
OC
like though
is.
I think the Jags coach is overrated though. He got fired. He wins the Super Bowl and somehow gets fired like 2 years later.
It's interesting. Yeah. The guy that's going back to high school to pick up the chicks after his divorce. But yeah, he is an interesting character. He sort of got a lot of credit for Jacksonville last year, and really, they weren't good. I think they started out 2-6 or 2.
Yeah, they won 5 in a row or 6 in a row to end the season, but I just go back to that Week 17 game or 18 when they were playing Malik Willis and should have lost.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, plus they 9 points against KC, and
they were down they were down 70 to the Chargers. I mean, they won the game, yes, but they still were down a lot to them in the first half. I mean,
and they had last week's game against Atlanta, they had a defensive TD and still only scored 23 points.
Yeah, I didn't see any of that game. I mean, it was in ESPN Plus, and I was in the parking lot, but so I saw
But the guy, we talked about a couple weeks ago, Trevor Lawrence is like, the stat nerd media people obsessed with Trevor Lawrence, but
yeah, he's in that same group with we always talk about. He's in there with Herbs, old Herbs. Well, so who leads their team in catches this season? The tight end.
Ingram.
Yeah, Ingram with 25. And then Christian Kirk has the most yardage. Calvin Ridley.
Done jack shit since the opener.
Yeah, that's how I had written down. So in the opener, he had 8 for 101. And he has 7 catches since then. So the last 3 games, he has a total of 7 catches for 110 yards. So he's averaging... Yeah, I'm not the math guy you are, but like 34 yards a game since then. So
they lost to Houston and KC, and they beat Atlanta, and they've had I guess KC's a tough game, but
I mean,
Atlanta division is.
Even KC's not playing that well. They're like 7 points per game less than they were last year.
They suck.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, they got Tay on their side, so I don't know if they suck.
They could have lost to the Jags. They could have lost to the Jets. Probably should have lost to the Jets.
Well,
they've won good wins.
We're not talking about the Chiefs.
We're
not talking about the Chiefs yet. We got plenty of time to talk about them, but So a couple of, I mean, I got tons of interesting stuff on this game, or
Wow.
as I characterize as
all
interesting.
this prep that you did.
Yeah, it's funny, it's one person prepares, the other person just is walking their fucking dogs in the rain. How many more?
Absolutely drenched right now.
I really don't want to quiz this, but I'm going to keep doing it. How many more rushing yards do you think that Allen has than Trev Dog Lawrence?
How many more rushing yards?
Yeah, rushing yards total.
I would think I would bet that Lawrence has more than Allen.
Well, I'm kind of like feeding it to you, but no. So Allen has 5 more yards, so 106 to 101. Yeah. I mean, Allen hasn't run. Yeah, he hasn't been running much. But maybe that's more. Is it more Allen not running or Lawrence running more? I don't know.
Combination of the two. I mean, I don't know how much Lawrence normally runs, like last year or whatever, but we've been making a conscious effort to not have Allen run. I think for sure.
Yeah. I mean, we should be, especially the way the quote unquote game script. You had to say game script when you're talking about the NFL now. For whatever fucking reason, you had to say game script. So I'll say game script a couple more times, but it's almost only ETN has been running the ball for them. The rookie Tank Bigsby. Tim, I don't know if he's listening. He probably won't, but Tank. I've heard a lot about this guy. He has 12 carries. Yeah. He has 2 touchdowns. So to me, I haven't watched any of these Jags games. They haven't been on prime time yet. But seems to be short yardage only because he's 2.8 a carry. Bigsby, I don't know. He's a rookie running back. Fantasy people love these rookie running backs, but
well, and ETN hasn't been like that good, has he? I mean, he's been like steady with like, I don't know, 50 yards a game or something. Like, how good has ETN been? Their whole offense has been struggling.
Yeah, I think he's been okay. And they have I didn't write down this dickhead's name, but they have a rookie tight end. Oh wait, no, never mind. They do have a rookie tight end, but I don't have anything on that dickhead. But what I was going back to the Bills, I guess. Kincaid versus Knox. I mean, I've been on this Knox. We pay this guy.
You hate Knox.
No, I don't hate Knox. I hate the contract, but I don't understand what we're doing with these tight ends. I mean, Knox was a 3rd round pick. He wasn't like a fucking, a flyer, like a street free agent or anything. He was a 3rd round pick from a real school, Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a real offense. I mean, I don't know, maybe 6 years ago it might not have been without Laney Boy Kiffin, but he's a real player. So Kincaid has 15 catches. Knox has 8.
Yeah. Well, I think that Kincaid is going to get more and more involved as the season goes on. Knox, I mean, we had to pay him. He's a good player, and it's like the going. I mean, we're not paying him. Did you want to get rid of him?
I think. Where was he going? Is there a huge market for this guy?
I don't know, but
You know how many tight ends were just drafted? They're all like highly touted. There's like 6 tight ends that were.
Yeah, and we drafted one, but you need more than one tight end.
Who? Oh, we need Noah Gray. We need fucking Noah Gray.
We just drafted a tight end.
Who's the Dolphins tight ends?
We just beat them we just hung 50 on them.
Well, you just said we have to.
I think
we need Isaiah Likely. I don't know.
I think you want 2 good tight ends. I personally, I think that.
Do you want 2 good tight ends? Do you want to have? I mean, there's a lot of things I want to have.
And we have 2 good tight ends.
Do we? 8 catches.
Yeah.
8 catches for Knox. He's getting paid what, $11 million a year? He's averaging 2 fucking catches a game. That's a disgrace. We have the most points in the fucking league, or second most. I'm questioning the whole thing.
What does Knox do besides just?
That's it. What does he do? You can end the question there.
I mean, I don't know. I don't watch film.
Well,
he blocking and
Kincaid has 4 more. Kincaid only has 4 more targets than him. I don't know.
I mean, you've hated the Knox contract since we did it, but I think
Yeah.
I think Knox is a good player, and I'm glad we kept him.
Well, yeah. Well, I'll give you some fucking pom poms. You want blue or white?
I'm saying you got to pay to keep guys, bro. You can't. You just don't want to let guys like Dawson Knox walk.
I truly would love it if he walked.
Plus, he and Allen, he and Allen are boys, so got to keep him.
Oh, wow, gee. Oh, so are they going to break up before the playoff game, and Knox is going to trash his apartment or something?
Hope not. Jesus Christ.
Not again.
Yeah.
I don't have anything written down about our running back, but I love this guy, Cook. I do. I think he's good.
He's good. He's a good receiver,
his role.
especially.
He can't handle the ball any more than he does. And I was saying to my compatriot at the game, watch for Old Boy to break a run. He just looked like he was about to break a run, and he broke a big run.
Latave?
Yeah, the old guy, the old running back.
He's a good player, Latavius.
Yeah, Murray. I feel like he's out there like smoking cigs, like eating a cheeseburger, and just breaks long runs once in a while. I mean, Damian Harris hasn't done much, but they have similar statistics. But I love Murray. I think that guy is going to be useful in the long run.
Murray's good.
We have 3 more carries per game than we did last year. I mean, these things might average out a little bit, but
we talk about it every year how we need to have a legit running game.
Well, I don't see that. But...
And we definitely did. We ran into problems when we put 100% of the burden on Allen, but I feel like right now it doesn't feel that way. Would you agree?
Well, I think the quality of our opponent. Well, I mean, the Dolphins the game was big, but I mean the Commanders, whatever the hell they're called. I mean, they got exposed again last night. They played Thursday against friggin' the dregs of the league. I mean, you talk about a team that they lost 12 in a row or 14 in a row, 12, 14. Some abysmal. I mean, they got trounced by the Bears, Washington, and then
the
Raiders.
4 days after they almost beat Philly. It's just a weird league.
Yeah, and people love to say it's weird. I don't know. I think Philly's just down. Weird. Philly lost players. I think a lot of it is if your offensive line is healthy. Like the Dolphins, I vaguely touched on it last week. I mentioned it in passing that the Dolphins center was out or hurt. And the snaps all game. My purview is perfect purview. The snaps were horrible almost the whole game. I mean, I don't want to give anyone an excuse, but their center was a backup center. To me, that is the most underrated position in the NFL, center. Especially a good one.
I don't remember noticing snaps being a problem, but
you were probably making a run to the fucking cider mill. You weren't paying attention closely enough.
Did you rewatch the game? How can you tell?
I have a perfect purview.
I think I remember. What is purview? I think I remember
do you know English,
one low snap. I think I remember one low snap.
Many. There were many low snaps that were off target. If their center's coming back, if he's playing this week, I'm banging the Dolphins hard. I mean, the spread's 12, but if their center is playing, oh man.
What happened they're playing the Giants? What happened to Daboll? I thought he was a savant.
They were 9-7 or 9-8. 10. I mean, maybe they're 10-7, but they had
9-8-1 or 9-7.
If you look back, they had. It was a myth. I mean, they won a playoff game, Giants. So everyone kind of like who they beat. They beat Seattle, I think.
In the playoffs, they beat Minnesota. Oh, so there you go.
Yeah, I don't think that doesn't even count. I mean,
yeah, they were due. Minnesota 11-0 in one-score games. This year, they can't win any. Oh my God, I can't believe.
And yeah, the Giants. Last year were lucky as hell too. Like all their games were like they went their way.
Yeah.
Daboll, oh, that guy needs. I mean, tough for me is to tell someone to lose weight, but he needs to lose weight. He's sweating out there wearing a fucking sweatshirt. Like, bro, what are you doing?
Tough stretch for them
Get one
too.
of McAfee's tank tops. Yeah, tough stretch.
Yeah,
2 weeks. That's gonna be
Buffalo.
a bloodbath. Be a fucking bloodbath. A night game here. We're gonna but I still think. I mean, we only have 10 minutes left in this. So to get back to the Jacksonville, because we're really just digressing. This is a tough spot. I mean, I've been to flights in LA, been to flights in Vegas, and I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just started drinking beer and I don't really think about it. But these guys are like concentrating on like their prime, physically fit people, allegedly, I guess. But is it really that tough? It's a 6 hour flight the other way. I mean, the Chargers, the Raiders, like these teams based in LA, Seattle, they travel a lot. What's the difference between traveling from Seattle to Miami to traveling from, center of the country to London? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
2
some
hours.
of it's I think a little of it's a little overstated. I mean,
Well,
I wouldn't want to have a team based there. I think that's they'll never be able to get free agents and whatever. But
I think that some people are talking about how it actually could be an advantage for us that the Jags have been there for like 10 days. No one knows if that's good or bad for them.
Yeah, it's never happened. There's not been a team that's been there for 2 weeks. I mean, do people really miss their wives and side pieces and girlfriends and kids? I mean, let's face it. Of course they don't. Give me a fucking break.
These guys are they live by routines and
they do live on routines. Yeah, and I mean they're young guys, but they like. I feel like they act like they're 20 years older than they are with like the age they have children and marriages and shit, all that stuff, which I never really get. But this is a real, because usually in the past, I don't have the stats in front of me, but usually there'd be a bye week after for both teams, or they had the option starting last year. So the Bills now, we don't have a bye.
Didn't want it.
We don't have a fucking bye until like December. So I don't know, this game and then the Giants. I mean, the Giants, it's a Sunday night, so 8 hour different, you get more, whatever. But it's going to be interesting. And I've heard like, McDermott gets the team ready. We had games moved, and although in the COVID year when we had Tuesdays and Wednesday games, I mean, the Tennessee game was a debacle.
I'm not worried about them being like. We've had games disrupted every which way since we've the past few years between snowstorms and relocating games and COVID, like you said.
COVID-19, I meant to say, but
yeah, I think they'll be ready. I'm not overly concerned with. I mean, it is a weird game with Jacksonville having been there, but I don't know how that's going to impact it. I mean, it's like we are there. We have a job to do, and then we're going to come home. They've been just like living out there for a week, so it's a little weird.
And with them, because you get a day off, you get a day or two off. Yeah, I mean, Von Miller, I think he's going to play. I don't know. He's going to go there. Russo's out. He was ready to play in early September, the beginning of the year. I mean, really, you're going to have Russo out. You're going to have him saying, I mean, I know, he talks a lot. He talks almost as much as I do, but just, I'm 95.4% or whatever the fuck he's talking about. But put him on, which I hate, pitch count.
Pitch count.
It's not fucking baseball. I hate that.
Well, put him on a pitch. Put him on a
snap
pitch
count. Why can't they just say snap count?
Pay attention to the game script and adjust things accordingly. I mean,
everyone hates baseball, and yet everyone uses fucking baseball references. No one's good at golf, and everyone uses golf references. Those two fucking things really grind my gears. I had something else.
Apparently.
I can't think of it.
Well,
It was something else.
I was trying to just jump in and say,
Well, I'm talking a lot today. I mean, you got nothing.
You really are. Well, that's okay. With Rousseau out and Miller making the trip to London. Why would Miller make the trip to London and Rousseau's not playing? Like, it makes no sense. If he doesn't play, that would be like the dumbest thing ever. Why? Like, I don't know. I feel like he's definitely going to play. We need him.
We basically do. The real Josh Allen, or what I used to refer to as the real Josh Allen, he has 6 sacks this year. Although Khalil Mack had 6 sacks in a game last week. Seems not possible, but I mean, you go to UB. Yeah, he had 6 last week. Well, University at Buffalo. Well, they won last week. They got off the schneid, but 2 FCSLs. I hate Mo Lingus. I thought I liked that guy, but I guess I don't. But
who? Jesus Christ! Where you're on a goddamn
University at Buffalo.
Josh Allen had 3 sacks last week against Atlanta and 3 sacks against Indy. Holy shit! Oh wait, no.
Oh
yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, 3 sacks against Atlanta.
So he had a bunch of sacks against scrubs. Ridley or not Ridley. Ritter. Sorry, yeah. Ritter is a joke. And was that against my boy from Florida, or was that Richardson, or was it against their backup? Yeah. Either way, I mean, Richardson's prone to take sacks too. But
yeah, Richardson's going to take a ton of sacks as a rookie, the way he runs around and stuff.
Howell, though, man, that guy's on a historic pace for sacks. I love that.
We had 9 against them. What's the record? I wonder. Sacks in a game.
Well, the Monday night game, I think there was 11.
11?
Yeah, I mean, I know you go to bed at like 8:30, 8:45.
Dude, did you see this Bills schedule? 4 out of the next 5 games after this one are 8:15 or 8:20 starts. That's just
late
ridiculous.
Nights. Yeah, that's great for me. Put the kids to bed. I'll be out.
That's not ideal. 9:30. I mean, this is just like in my wheel. 6:30 would be even better. West Coast. I need to get to the West Coast.
You should move.
Wake up.
Get away from me.
I can wake up, get a bunch of shit done, and then be ready to go for 6:30.
Last NFL game I watched with you, I think, was Houston playoff game. Bill O'Brien. We got outcoached. Well, we only got 3 minutes left, so I don't know. Jacksonville, they sort of have our number, but we didn't play them last year, right? Who do we play in the South? Bills.
We played the Titans and beat them by like 100.
Yeah, early week 5-4. I don't know. This game, I'm a bit concerned with the time, but it's not an excuse. I don't care. The Bills should come out. I don't think they're going to cover. The spread is. I'll bring it up. Give me your prediction. We got 2 minutes here. We got to get this in.
Yeah, because I didn't even get a prediction in last week, which my prediction was 38-23 for all the listeners out there. I think we're going to smoke them. I'm going to go 33-7. I think the Jags offense has been struggling. I think we're playing great defense. We're going to run the football. I think
struggling. I like how you're like a Southern belle.
Our Josh he's had this game circled on. He
still
remembers that.
Let's call him Josh.
He still has that 2021 game. Like, he remembers it. This is a big revenge game for him, for our whole team. That 9-6 loss was an
I'm still bad about it.
I'm
stewing.
Yeah.
We lost to the worst head coach. Okay, well, actually, there's a lot of bad NFL head coaches. He was probably bottom 3, but
yeah, absolutely. I want us to run it up on them. I expect us to. Yeah.
5.5 and 40.
I think we're gonna whoop their ass. We're gonna whoop their ass bad. I think.
Jacksonville is just their team. I don't have. I mean, some of
40-7. 40-7. Sorry.
Under. I think we're gonna lose. London. I don't know. Do I actually think we're gonna lose? I'm trying to like suss this out. We got like mere moments left. No, we'll win. We'll win like on a game-winning field goal from our boy. One eye patch. But I think it's gonna definitely go way over. 48.5, I think is kind of low. I'll go 30-28.
Oh boy, that's wow! Last second kick from Bassman, best kicker in the league.
He was a special teams player of the week or whatever the fuck that is.
Allen, two-time AFC offensive player of the week.
Yeah, UPS or whatever. All right, well,
MVP favorite.
Well, we'll be partying under the awning at 8 a.m., so we'll see you on Sunday.
40 degrees and rain. Looking forward to it.
Wear a sweatshirt.
Later.
It's only 40. All right.
Okay, it's gutter hope. All about my bills like Buffalo.
That's about it from Manager's Corner. Go fuck yourself and the fuck with your show coming up next.
We're going to the playoffs and you're going to take out one of our best players because you couldn't take a hit? That's a joke. That's an absolute joke is what it is.
Shit, I'm all about the bills like Thurman Thomas.
We're in the UK. We need an L. We need an L against Houston. We need as many L's as we can pile up.